Okay, so let's look at some examples in here. In this first example, we are going to be given an explicit formula of a's of n -4 times 3 raised to n minus 1. So in here, we're going to find first three terms. Okay, so let's see, let's generate it. A's of 1 is equal to become -4 times 3. 1 minus 1 is going to be -4 times 3 raised to 0. Now, any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So your a's of 1 here is going to become -4 only. A's of 2 is going to become -4 times 3. 2 minus 1 is going to become -4. That's going to be 3 raised to 1 is still the same 3. Okay, so that's going to become -4 times 3 is -12. So that's going to be your a's of 2. Now, a's of 3 is going to become -4 times 3 raised to 3 minus 1. It's going to give you -4. 3 squared is going to be 9. -4 times 3 times 3 is 9. That's going to give you -36. So that's going to be your A3. So final answer, therefore, the first three terms now are going to become -4, -12, and -36. That's your answer. One more example. You are given this explicit formula of a's of n is equal to 2 times 1/4 raised to n minus 1. Okay, here we're going to find the first three terms. So what's going to be that? So there's going to be a's of 1 is equal to 2 times 1/4 raised to 1 minus 1. We know that's going to be 0. 2 raised to 1/4 raised to 0. It will always be 1. So 2 times 1 will give you a's of 1 here is going to become 2 only. So a's of 2 is going to become 2 times 1/4 raised to 2 minus 1. It's going to give you 2, and 1/4 raised to 1 is the same 1/4. So that's going to give you 2 times 1/4 is going to give you 2/4, and reduced to its lowest term is going to become 1/2. Okay, so that's your answer. A's of 3 now is going to become 2 times 1/4 raised to 3 minus 1. So that's going to become squared. 2, 1/4 raised to 2. That's going to become 2 times 1/16. So that's going to give you 2/16. Or when it's going to be reduced, it's going to give you 1/8. So the first three terms now in here are going to become 2, 1/2, and 1/8. This is your answer. So in this problem, we are going to be given a sequence. So on a geometric sequence with these numbers 2, 10, 50, 250, 1, 250. Okay, now we're going to find the explicit formula. Okay, so let's see. First, we're going to look at the ratio. What's going to be our ratio? 10 divided by 2 is going to give you 5. Let's confirm that. 50 divided by 10 is also 5. Therefore, our ratio is 5. So going back to our original, a's of n is equal to a n multiplied by the ratio raised to n minus 1. So we're just going to put our a's of 1 in here, which is 2 times our ratio, which is 5 raised to n minus 1. So this is your explicit formula. A's of n is equal to 2 times 5 raised to n minus 1. Okay, so one more example for this. You are now going to be asked to find explicit formula. Okay, So the sequence is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on. So let's see. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the ratio. So we know that 2 divided by 1 is 2. Now let's confirm it. 4 divided by 2 is also 2, and so 8 divided by 4 is 2, 16 divided by 8 is 2. Therefore, our ratio here is 2. Now, going back to your original equation of explicit formula, is of 1 multiplied by the ratio raised to the number of terms minus 1. So our explicit formula here is going to become the first term, which is 1 times 2 raised to n minus 1. Now, the final way to write this one is going to become, because 1 times 2 is only 2, so that's going to be 2 raised to n minus 1. So this is your answer. Okay, so let's look at one more example. This time we are going to be given the first term, a1 is equal to 0.8, and we are also given the ratio, which is negative 5. So we are now asked to find the first 3 terms. Okay, find first 3 terms of the sequence. So, and also find the explicit formula. Okay, so these are the 2 requirements. So maybe finding the explicit formula is easier this time, because a of n is equal to a1 multiplied by the ratio time raised to n minus 1. So we know the a1 and the ratio, so we can actually get the explicit formula immediately. This is 0.8 times negative 5 raised to n minus 1. So we done already the second part. Now we're going to find the first 3 terms. Okay, so using this formula now, a1 is equal to 0.8 times negative 5. Our n is 1 minus 1, that's going to give you 0, and 0.8 multiplied by negative 5 raised to 1. Always remember that a number always raised to 0 is always equal to 1. So that's going to give you 0.8 only, 0.8. That's gonna be our first term. So the next term is going to become a of 2, which is going to become 0.8 multiplied by negative 5. Here this time our n is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, so that's going to be raised to 1. 0.8 raised to any number raised to 1 will always be the same in itself. So it's going to be negative 5. So that's going to give you negative 5. That's going to become only negative 4. Okay, and a of 3 is now going to be 0.8 multiplied by negative 5. And this is 3 minus 1 is 2, so that's going to become 0.8 times 25. The square of negative 5 is 25, which is now going to give you 25 times 0.8 is going to give you 20. Okay, so a is of 3, so we have found already. So the first 3 terms are 0.8, negative 4, and 20. This is your answer.